Looks like we're live now. Just want to do one little tiny thing that I forgot to do before I pressed start. Let me do that. Didn't work. But the thing I was trying to do did not work. Let me try to do it one more time. The thing I was trying to do just worked now. And stream. Make sure it's working on my phone. I use my phone to monitor the status of the stream. Yeah. I use my phone to monitor the status of the stream because I don't necessarily trust the status that the YouTube stream dashboard gives. So I also have to put up on my phone just to make sure everything is going good. That's also a second place for me to look at the chat in case anybody says something. So where are we now? Right now we are the algorithm for choosing routes that have no transfers is done, assuming it works, which it's coding, so it probably doesn't work. There's probably bugs, but we'll come to that later. What now needs to be done is adding in the code that generates the HTML that actually shows people what all this stuff does. Mouse is there, mouse there, mouse there, mouse is there. Yes. So I need to, right now it just calculates all the stuff and does all the stuff behind the scenes, but obviously that's useless to someone who's trying to use the program. So what I now need to do is add in that code to make it actually display stuff. Um, I guess we can start, go ahead and show you what it, well, probably just get started. Yes. Actually, I was thinking about this, whatchamacallit, I was thinking about this just in bed last night. I think these blocks right here can be consolidated into a function. So I think that's the first thing I'm going to explore today is looking into consolidating that into a function to use less lines of code. Hello, Random Transit Adventures. Yes, I think that needs to be the hmm. I think I'll come back to that. That's going to require some research into specific JavaScript functionality. Yes. Do I want to do that? Do I want to tackle that research now? Do I want to do the research live? Um, uh, uh, I think I'm going to look into that later. I'll just know that all this repeat code will eventually be turned into a function to reduce lines of code, but I don't want to do research about specific JavaScript functionality live. That's kind of boring when the point is to watch code being made. So I'll do that later. And it doesn't actually impact the uh, functionality of the program, or it shouldn't. So it should be good. So from that being said, we can jump into creating the code that generates the HTML that will show the stuff. So I think we want to do that down here, bottom of this function. Let's see, got to find the right spot. Let's see. So you want it inside this loop because you want it to do this for each match. Well, yes, we want to do it for each match. So we want to do the, we want this stuff to be inside this loop. So we're going to want it to be after this console.log. There is a semicolon there. Okay. So now we need to, let's gotta find the name of the variable. The name of the variable is instructions buffer. Dot, no. Dot set is for match, so it's dot push. Yes. Instructions buffer dot push, and then we want a string literal like that. Go ahead and add the closing one so it doesn't yell at me. And then we want it to be a list item, right? Because this is structured as a list, right? Yes, it is structured as a list. So we want it to be a list item. And then let's see, what's the first thing we need? The first thing we need is the I guess like a name for the oh wait, something is missing. Something is missing. Oh, yes. There is a thing here that will make it so that it does not work. So I need to fix that thing. Basically, this map here needs to be loaded into the main map, which is not currently being done. So that needs to be done. So the question is, where does that go? Which level down? We can determine that. Let's see. We're going to want it to be inside. Let's see. We're also going to want it to be down here. So before this push is where we're going to want. Find the name of the map. Routes display. Routes display dot set. And then we need a key and a value. For the key, we will use, probably need to store that somewhere because we need to grab it from the file. So we need to grab that. Where is the proper place to grab that? Let's see. So here we have access. Let's run. These accesses are so long. I have to look through them each time to remember what it does because there's just so much stuff. Uh, Sub features dot matches dot routes dot matches sub routes. Yes. So here route code equals routes sub features sub matches sub match sub 0 sub routes sub matches sub match sub 1. Wait, I did that wrong. There we go. Sub, I believe it's code. I'm almost certain it's code. I do want to go into the file and actually check this. That'll be a really, really easy bug to avoid. Let's see. Let's open it up. Here's the route. Name. No, we want code, which is that. Perfect. I did get it right. So back to index and code, subcode. There we go. So then the key value pair here, where is it? There it is. So the key will be route, no, not routes, it's route singular, code, and the value will be sublayers. Very good. And that will store all of the geographic information to be displayed on the map when the time is right, assuming it works, which we will get to in a bit once this is all done. That's the fun part. You write all this code. You're like, oh yeah, it's gonna work, it's gonna work, it's gonna work. This code is amazing, it's gonna work. And then you press play, and 15 million bugs happen. Ah, tis the life. Oh well, that's just part of it. So now we can go back to building our HTML code, or I guess it is technically code. It's not code in the same sense as like JavaScript, but it is still kind of code. You can build the HTML. So, uh, this is obviously going to change. Right now, I'm just trying to build like a really, really rudimental, it just works type of thing. Um, Eventually, I'm going to make it look nicer, but for the purposes of just getting the thing to work, it's going to not look very nice. So I am basically just going to do a list inside this list, and each item will be displayed as each piece of information will be displayed as an item on list. So we can do, actually, we will do \n to go to a new line. Yes, I like that. \n for new line just to make it a little bit more readable. And then the first thing we need is some sort of name for the route. I haven't thought that through, like what the name should be. So I gotta figure that out. Um, I guess just option one. I don't know. Option one, option two, option three. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm, yeah, we'll just do option one, option two, option three for now. Maybe I'll go back and change it later. Uh, so we will use, well, I bold it. Actually, we'll make it an H. We'll make it a tier 3 header. H3, and then option, or we'll say route option. Route option, and then we'll put in the match plus 1. There we go. All right, is that right? Let me double check that's right. Match plus 1. Yes, match plus 1. Route option match plus 1, and then we can end the H3 and end the li \n for new line. Good. Right, that's the first piece of information. Uh, so the route title. Now we need to figure out the order. Like what order should this go in? Um, this route involves no transfers, so we don't have to worry about like first take this line, then take this line, then take this line. Because that is a beast that will require its own planning. It'll take a while, so that will be coming later. My goal is for this week, by Wednesday or Friday, when sometime between Wednesday and Friday, to have the trip planning for no transfer routes done, even if that is a super duper uber rudimentary, like doesn't look pretty, but it works type of deal. And then I can always go back later and make it look nice. Because obviously I do not want the finished product to look like it was coded in the 1990s or early 2000s. Because that looks horrible. Yeah, it does not look good. So we don't want to do that. Actually, I wonder if I can pull up an example of that. I can. Yeah, that's what it looks like if you don't have anything making it look nice. This will be the homepage for the OpenCircleFleet website once I get that going. And I do actually have plans for that website. Obviously, the trip planner is a subpage on this website. This main homepage will have a menu to take you through all the different subpages, and it will also have a release calendar. Um, more on how that's gonna work once that actually comes out, I'll make an update video about how release schedule will work going forward. But that's going on a tangent, so let's go back to the code. That is Discord. We want VS Code. There we go. Okay, so back to building our HTML block. So we have the intro to the list, then the route name, then we need, yes, ride. Hmm. Didn't think about this. Probably should have drawn this out first, but oh well. We're here, so yeah. Yeah, I think I like that. Ride. Oh, we're outside of the string, literal. So ride the. Then we need to store the route name. Where do we want to do that? Where do we want to do that? Let's see. Actually, I guess first we want to store the mode. Yeah, we're going to want to store the mode, and we're also going to want to store the name of the route. So we got to go back to our routes file to look at the structure to make sure we are accessing the correct part of the file in order to store those values correctly. So index. Actually, no, we don't have to store it. We can grab it straight from, because we have our accessor variables already saved. Yes, so we can grab it. Do we want to? Yeah, I guess we could just grab it. I'm trying to think of like an edge case where it wouldn't work, or we wouldn't be able to grab it straight and store it in a variable first. Ooh. Actually, let me look at the mode names. Let's see. Okay. No, I think we do have to store it as a variable. I think that is gonna be how it gonna be. Um, so we're gonna want to store that up here. Actually, we'll use let. That way it doesn't save outside of this loop. Uh, nope. No, yeah, because we do want it in this loop. Yes. So then we need another let route mode equals. Yes, I know you're giving me an error. I haven't put the thing in yet. Routes sub features sub matches sub match sub zero sub name. Is that capitalized or not capitalized? It is sub mode. Sub mode, which is not capitalized. Good. Sub mode. Oh, semicolon. JavaScript is weird. Semicolon's not required. Optional, but it makes it look nicer. And it puts it in line with other codes that share similar syntax to C. Um, yes, so let route code, let route mode, and then I think we're going to want an if statement. Yes, if route if, let me parentheses, Ugh. If route mode does not equal if route mode does not equal, gotta find the route modes. Basically, what I'm doing here is the route mode is not, um, if the route mode is a bus, then it'll do something different from if it, uh, basically, if route mode is bus, it will strip the name of the bus category from bus. It's not a bus, it'll use the whole thing. So the non-bus modes we have are ferry. I guess links bus would also, you'd want that to be links bus, not just bus. So we'll keep that. So we want ferry, links bus, monorail, I guess internal resort shuttle, because that doesn't have bus in the name. Skyliner, Sunrail, Terminal Link. Well, no, I guess for internal resort shuttle, we would want it to be just bus. All right. So if mode does not equal ferry, or route mode does not equal, what's the next one? I already forgot. What's the next one? Routes, it does not equal links bus, or route mode does not equal, yeah, next one, links bus, studios bus, Virginia bus, monorail, or route mode does not equal, where's routes? There it is. Skyliner, Sunrail, Terminal Link. All right, I think I can remember that. Skyliner or route mode does not equal Sunrail or route mode does not equal Terminal Link. That one word or is that two words? Let's see. Once again, I already forgot. Terminal Link, two words. It's the wrong file. Terminal Link, two words. All right. If any of those conditions are satisfied, then I guess if all those conditions are, oh wait, would this be an and or would this be an or? Ooh, is this an and or is it an or? So let's see. If ferry, if route mode is not ferry or route mode is not links bus, we need and. This is and, not or. Yes. This would be an and, not an or. Actually, I'm gonna send a quick little hex. Just 1 second. Uh, where else was I sending that text? I think that was it. Yes, just to those places. So, yes. All right, you can go back to the stream, literally. That's something that someone in Club MN says when they're like trying to get everybody back on track. Back to the stream. Well, in this case, it's literally back to the stream because this is an actual stream. All right. I was explaining the joke, which kind of ruins the joke. Sorry. What were we doing? We were turning these ands or these ors into ands, not percentage sign and. Let's make this easier. paste, paste, paste. There we go. Again, yes. Yes, if route mode does not equal ferry, and it does not equal links bus, and it does not equal monorail, and it does not equal skyliner, and it does not equal sunrail, and it does not equal terminal link, then do this. That is what we want. So then we want route mode now equals bus. There we go. Yes, very good. Basically, if the route mode is just like a type of bus, we want to strip the route mode. We want to strip the bus category from the name and just have bus, at least for this purpose. So now we can go back down here, and I already lost it. Ride the, yes, ride the, oh no, we also need, no, the route mode we can directly access. That's right. So ride the $ curly brace routes sub. Accessing the routes file is so much fun. Actually, I'll just copy it. Routes dot feature sub features sub that sub routes sub that, and then instead of code, we want name. Paste. And instead of code, we want name. Yes, name caps. Name, well, just with the first letter capitalized. So here replace code with name. Try the that, and then the mode, route mode. Uh, what's I looking for? I am checking for. Do I want to display the route code? Do I? Yes, I do. Just for anyone who's nerdy and wants to see what codes I came up with. So ride the route code, route mode. Put a new line just for ease of viewing. Notice that there's not a \n, so when this gets actually turned into HTML, it will not put it on a new line. It is on a new line here, just so it's easier for anyone reading the code to read. So ride the, whatever the name of the route is, whatever the mode is, then the route code for, oh, I need to add another variable. We need to count the number of stops that you have to ride. Um, yes, we can go ahead and set up the curly brace there. Yes, ride the routes of, yes, ride the given route mode. So route, route code for X amount of stops, where we have to actually calculate X. Um, so we can add in num stops, oh, stops equals 1. And then here num stops plus 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 plus, and again here stops plus plus. That'll increment it by 1 every time this block of code gets called. And once again, this will be reduced down into a function later once I have a chance to actually research how one would do that. Because if I just sit here researching stuff uh, on stream, that would be a very boring stream when the goal of the stream is to watch me code stuff. So that will be done later, and that will be some off-camera refactoring. Yes, so Num stops. Wait. Ah, ah. For the initial, we don't want to count that as one of the number of stops. So actually, we will set num stops equal to 0. There we go. For num stops to guess the destination. Is the destination already being stored somewhere, or must I go dig it out of the locations file? Let us find out. I think it's already stored somewhere, so I don't think I'm gonna have to go digging again. Um, by digging, I mean go hunting through this file and get like the indices for this file and dig it out of the file that way. But I think I've already dug it out. Let's see. Mm, mm, let's see. Is it somewhere up here? Trying to find if I've already got the destination information or if I need to go digging for it again. Let's see. Origin stops. That's a list of stops. Oh, I realized something I need to actually do. I need to modify the locations file. Uh, where it has a list of stops. I also need to have a list of the stop names, so that they can be displayed. Uh, that's more for when there are um multi-route stops, and that's not something that needs to be handled now. That'll take forever. That's just gonna be me going through each of these one by one and adding um adding in the names. So that'll be really tedious and boring. So I will also do that off camera. For now, I can always go back and add that information into the route instructions later. So for now, we want to ride to. Actually, no, it's to. I may make this dynamically change later, but just for the sake of getting it to actually work, I'm just gonna say to the destination. Uh, Once again, I will. Yes, that'll be something I make it dynamically show what the destination actually is um, later. But I do want to get core functionality of this working before I actually try to start making it look nice. Yes. So let's see. Oh, we need that to be an li. Duh. Slash li. No, and then actually, there is one thing we are missing. And then we'll just do. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, there we go. Dollar sign, curly brace. Whoa, there we go. Yes, we need to record the instructions. I use the same abbreviation that is in the uh, routes file. Structio equals route subfeature sub right. Is that right? Is that right? Nope, doing it in the wrong place. We want that Just undo, undo. Not undo all that. We want that to be up here. Instructio equals routes. Instead of km, we want instructio, right? It is instructio in, yes, instructio. That is a limitation of the GIS software I use to generate these files, uh, cutting off the names of attributes after a certain number of characters. Um, so yeah, instead of instructions, we have instructio. Uh, oh well, it's not the end of the world. So then we do want add instructio here. Yes. All right. Now we need to display \n, new line item. Now we need to display minimum. Minimum time. Minimum time is travel time. /n new line. Then the maximum time. Oh, wow, I am having all the trouble typing today. Wow. Uh, maximum time, travel time, plus maximum wait time, max time. See, estimated travel time and estimated travel time. And then we need to add minutes. And then close out the li. Whoops. \n. And then, just for the sake of entertainment and informing people, I will also put in the distances. And I think for now, brought the backslash. I think for now, that should be it. Right, we got route name, instructions, min, max time, distance in both miles and kilometers. Yeah, Rob, okay, right now it is just you. Yeah. Well, welcome. You can see behind the scenes of what chaos goes on when I'm making this trip planner. Uh, what was I doing? Yes, double checking I have all the information I need in here. Yes, we have route name. We have the instructions. We have min max time. We have distance in miles and kilometers. Good. So we can then close out the list, close out, need the slash, close out the list, and close out that list item. /n. And I think that is good for that. Anything else I need to do before we go into the testing phase where everything is probably going to wind up breaking? Uh, oh, I guess we need to add the, nope, I'm going to worry about adding the lines to the map later. I just want to get the routes to actually display on the map. Yes. Yeah. We'll worry about just getting the layers to display on the map is a whole beast. Um, and I don't want to try to worry about tackling that if the basic logic doesn't work. Um, yeah, so we will come back to getting the routes to display on the map uh, later. Depending on how long this part takes, maybe during the stream, or it may be off stream later, or it may be in a different stream on a different day. We will see. So let's see. And outside this loop, right here, well, I guess we need the semicolon there. Nope, turn off insert mode. I hate insert mode. That's really annoying. And then, oh, actually, nope, that needs to be the last thing. And documents dot get element by ID route instructions dot inner HTML equals instructions buffer dot join empty string. And display that. All right, assuming the code is all laid out properly, this should work. Um, now we have to see. Let's see what happens. Uh, all right. I go to here. Let's select. Oh, let's first make sure that the case of you can't get between these two destinations using no transfers works. I didn't change anything there, so I don't see why it wouldn't still be working, but you never know. So we will choose All Stars Movies as the origin, and then we will choose Sand Lake Road Sunrail Station as the destination. Good, that still works. Flip back, and then now let's select two locations that are on the same route. We will use the Grand Floridian Resort as the origin, and we will use the Magic Kingdom as the destination. Let's see what happens. Nothing, which means there's an error, which means we go to the console to see what the error was. C.add layer is not, oh, that's something else. That is a separate bug that is not related to this. What we're looking for is down here. Sublayers is not defined in line 505. Sublayers is not defined in line 505. Why is sublayers not defined in line 505? Let us see. Hmm. Why is sublayers not defined? Does it give me any more information? No, it does not. Alright, let's go digging into the code and see why it is not working. Alright, sublayers. Did I make a spelling error? That would be the first potential thing is I made a spelling error. Sublayers, 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 sublayers. No, no spelling error. Uh, there's no let that would make the sublayers only be in this loop. or in this if statement. So it's not that. Maybe it is. Let's see. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Hmm. Ah. This is in the wrong spot, I think. Yes, I think this needs to be somewhere else. Let's check here. Yes. This needs to be here. Let's see if that fixes it. All right. Does that fix our problem? Grand Floridian as the origin and Magic Kingdom as the destination. And go. New error. Num stops is not defined in line 509. All right. In line 509, right about here, num stops is not defined. Looks like all of these are not defined. Oh, is this a scope issue? It's a scope issue, isn't it? Hmm. 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 Now, why is right? I didn't think I had to do this, but I might have to initialize these. I think I'm gonna have to initialize these variables outside. I haven't had to do that before. I'll talk to my professor about. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Looks like I might have to just do that. That might be the issue here. So another question is, where outside do we need to do this? Here. We need to just initialize all these variables here. Min time equals 0. Max time equals 0. Dis my equals 0. Dis km equals 0. Num stops equals 0. Instructio equals empty string. Let's see if that fixes the issue. Saying there's no audio. Let me double check. There is audio. Okay. All right. Let's see if that fixes the problem. Let's refresh. Good. Magic Kingdom. Grand Floridian. Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom. Go. Num stops is not defined. Still having an issue with that. Okay. Now it's in line 515. Different line. Line 515. Oh, it's the same issue because I moved everything down because I added more lines. That's right. So it's still saying num stops is undefined. Why? Why? Oh, I don't think that's the issue because semicolons aren't required, but might as well add it in just to be safe. Need one here too. Hmm. This is very interesting. Hmm. Why is it not working? This is very annoying. Num stops. It's all num stops. Wait. Wait. Ah. Maybe? I don't know if it, because num stops is an integer, so maybe it's not auto converting it to a string. Uh, that could be the issue. So JavaScript, how to convert int to string. We care about AI. It is just .toString. Easy peasy. That's Discording. Don't want Discord. VS Code. Let's try .toString and see if that fixes it. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We'll see. That did not fix it. All right. Why? Hmm. Very strange. Very strange. Why are we not working? Why were we not working? printed once, and it's one. Hmm. Oh, because I forgot. Yeah, I did console.log. So we should see something showing up at 439, which we do not. So I see 445, 417. Well, I expect to see a console.log at line 439. Um, Interesting. Actually, I'm gonna take a quick break, so we are going to do something a little bit cheeky. And then we can go back to here, and we can go there. All right, I will be right back. Alrighty, and we are back. So then all I have to do is just go in here and Control Z, 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 Control Z. There we go. Alrighty. So what we should have seen was a console.log at line 439, which we did not see. We did see one at 517 though, so it got logged. Nope, because that was a different variable. So for some reason, num stops isn't getting recorded. Let's let's try it again. I want to see what gets put it into the console again. Hmm. hmm. Why is it not saving itself as a variable? What is going on? And it is down, but then this one is. Why? Why are we not doing that? Ah, 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 aha. Uh, huh. Uh, 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 uh. I think I may have found our issue. That might have been the issue. Let us see if that was. Keep it the same. Grand Floridian to Magic Kingdom. That did not fix it. Oh! Mmm. Mm. Nope. 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 This was in the right place. Aha. This is inside an if statement. It should not be inside that if statement. Oh, well, maybe that'll fix it. Maybe. Let's see. Ah, there it is. That was the issue. Right, now the dot join isn't working. I probably just used the wrong syntax there. Quick Google search. Don't care about you, AI. I want the official documentation. Yeah, I did do it right. 10, no, 528. Yeah, number 528. Oh, you see VS Code and OSM. Ah, yes. So, I I am making a trip planner for Disney Transport that is basically like if you use Google Maps or Apple Maps or the Transit app, but for Disney Transport. So it'll give you directions on how to get from point A to point B inside Disney World without having to drive your car. And it'll also include select locations outside of Disney World, including the airport, downtown, and the Kissimmee Sunrail and Amtrak station. So in the very early beta phase, yeah, still very early. All right, this might just be a typo here. Is it working? Yeah, it is working. Uh, uh, uh. No, it is. It is. Now I'm confused. It's saying that the console is saying that instructions buffer.join is not a function. Instruction buffer is an array. Look at this. Array.join is a thing that works in JavaScript. Hmm. Most interesting. Very, very interesting. Now, why does it not saying it's a valid function? What? I think I might need to turn to some previous code for help, where I used the dot join earlier. Ah, I did it on 2 lines earlier. Maybe it'll fix the issue? Maybe it will not. It doesn't hurt to try. No clue if this is gonna fix the issue. We shall see. We shall see. It did not fix the issue. Thought that was string literals, right? Yeah, it was string literals that it was doing up above, so I don't know why that would be the issue. Uh, yeah, it's concatenating string literals above and it works. So why? Oh, aha. I was not using dot push. I was using plus equals. I was treating it like it was a string or something when it is not. I wonder if that will fix the issue. I bet it might. Let's see. It did fix the issue. And oh, it works. Oh, nope, does not work. Okay. The basic structure works. Did not load in the proper variables. That's a step in the right direction. It's definitely a step in the right direction. Okay. And did it pick up both? Let's see. Magic Kingdom to Grand Floridian, there are 2 route options requiring no transfers, and there are 2 things there, so it did catch all of them. Good. Now we just have to figure out why it's not grabbing the variables. It's probably a scope issue. I think it is a scope issue. Mm, Is it? Is it a scope issue? Is it a scope issue? I don't think so. This is very, maybe it is a scope issue? You know what? Let's see. Let's try it. See what that does. Let us see what that does. Grand Floridian to Magic Kingdom, go. That did not do what I wanted it to do. It did something worse. All right, that was not the issue. Let's undo that. All right. Hmm. Hmm. So which variables did it grab correctly? Let's first figure that out. It got the route name and the route mode and the route code. So it got the route name because that's pulling directly from the file. Got route mode, it got route code. Oh, because they have let. I wonder, maybe? I have no idea if this is going to work, but if it does, I will be happy. If it does not, then we'll keep trying. That was not the issue. It was not the issue. What if I go to the console log? Run away. Let's try that again. Grand Floridian to Magic Kingdom. Were zero stops, but it did. So number of stops gets incremented, and then it goes back to zero. And I guess the same thing happens for all of them. So why? Why do we get reset back to zero? Guess we go back to, is it a scope issue? I don't think it is. No, it's not a scope issue. Hmm. So basically somewhere it's getting reset to zero. Question is, where is it getting reset to zero? Well, actually, I know the answer because there's a console.log here. So it's getting reset to zero after these calls here. Right, let me double check that. Or 440, 440, right here. Okay. And then 517, 517. That's the counter. Okay. Wow. It's going back to 440 and then back to 517. I see. So for some reason, it is jumping back up to here. Not, that means it's not executing this code in here. Okay. So I guess that means this, no, the if statement would be getting executed because it's finding the routes. Yeah, it found the routes successfully. It just didn't store any of the information about said routes. Um, oh, because it stores the route name, route mode outside of this, so this gets stored. So yeah, it's the part where it's looking for matches that doesn't get run. So this is a for loop, so that's getting run, which means it's this if statement that isn't being satisfied. So why is the if statement not being satisfied? Yeah, because this console.log isn't being called. Actually, this might be a problem with the routes.geojson file. So origin is Grand Floridian, so let us go to the Grand Floridian in the locations file and see what it looks like there. GFL, GFF, GFP, GFM. Actually, first, let's try it with two different. Whoops, that's a video I'm going to watch later. That's not anything related to this. Let's refresh the page. Let's try two different locations. Let us try Disney Springs to Port Orleans French Quarter. Aha, nope. Aha, aha. It works. Well, mostly works. The stops counter isn't working. Hmm. Okay. So why is the code breaking specifically when the origin is the Grand Floridian Resort and Spa? That is the question to figure out now before we continue any further. What is the origin code? What is the origin code? Origin stops. That includes. Hmm. Num stops. No, we're not working with that. That's something else that broken, but we can fix that later. Actually, did the instructions work? No, instructions is undefined. Okay, another thing we can fix later. Right now, we need to figure out why if the Grand Floridian is the origin, it's not working. That is the first task. Okay, so what if we go into routes.geojson? Look at routes where the origin is Grand Floridian. Let's see. GFM, GFM, and GFM is in, yeah, there it is. Why is it not working? Well, you know what? Click interlude, patch notes. Go ahead and add it to the patch notes. Okay, add that to the patch notes. Now we can go back to troubleshooting. Troubleshooting, not troubleshooting. Yes. Back to oh why is it not working if the Grand Floridian is selected as the origin? It's working for other routes. As I just already tested it. It's working for other routes. But why is it not working for the Grand Floridian? Uh, this is odd. This is very weird. I don't know what's going. I don't know why it's. So I checked the codes. The codes are all correct. So um, hmm. Let's see. If origin stops, that includes bounce and features. Oh yeah, yeah. Subroute. Properties. Sub origin code. Hmm. This might be something I need to talk to my professor about. I think this is something that needs to be spoken to with the professor. So, just gonna make a note of it here in the patch notes. Need to fix bug Selecting Grand Floridian doesn't work as origin. Doesn't work. Actually, I wonder if it's setting the Magic Kingdom as the destination that's the problem. Let's see. Set Grand Floridian as the origin, and then we'll set temporary as the destination. Okay, it is setting the Grand Floridian as the origin that's the problem. So yes, that's something I'll talk to my professor about and see if we can troubleshoot that together. So now with that, you can go working on the other bugs. So let's refresh the page. Refresh the page. Time is it? Okay, still got plenty of time before I have other engagements later tonight. So let us choose a different origin destination pair. So let's try Contemporary Resort to Magic Kingdom. That also doesn't work. Hmm. Okay, so could it be an issue with the locations file? Aha! Typo! No, not a typo. Hmm. Yeah, it's an issue with the file with the Magic Kingdom area. Let's try something else. Let's try setting the Magic Kingdom as the origin and setting that as a destination. Does work. That does not work. Odd. Odd. Okay. Huh. Why? Why? Uh, What is going on here? Hmm. If it's not that if statement, maybe it is. No. Maybe it's this if statement. Ah! Nope, no, no. Actually, actually. Okay. Magic Kingdom Gold Flag Ferry. Oh, I forgot what I said as the destination and origin. Oh, we set Magic Kingdom as ah, dang it. I forgot. Let's see. How long has the stream been going for? Hour 31 minutes. That's it? Really? Only an hour and 31 minutes? Yeah, felt like longer than that. Okay. I might have an inkling of an idea of what's causing this. Okay, so we're going Grand Floridian to Magic Kingdom. In this route here, the Grand Floridian is the last thing on the routes pile. The Magic Kingdom is the first thing. As far as like sub routes here, I'll probably better just show it. So if we go to routes.geojson, we want ferries. If we go to Magic Kingdom Gold Flag route, this one, you can see that the Magic Kingdom, and oh yeah, Magic Kingdom, then Grand Floridian, then Polynesian Village. But the issue is still the same. The Magic Kingdom comes before the Grand Floridian as far as the order in the list. So it's something wrong with the code that handles that exact situation. That must be the issue. So if the first subroute is located after the last subroute, which is what this is. Yes, if the first subroute is located after the last subroute, which the first subroute is located, which is this. Oh no, wrong place. Yes, okay, yes. The first subroute here is located after the first subroute. Sorry, the first subroute here, aka the first subroute that we're traveling, is in the list is located after the last subroute we're traveling. So that must be the code that is broken. I think the same thing applies to this one, where actually, no. Actually, wait. Uh, wait. I'm confused. Uh-oh. I confused myself. That's not good. Okay, let's look at here. Magic Kingdom to Grand Floridian. So no, Grand Floridian to Magic Kingdom is the only one of the issues. This should be set to 1. Let's see what that does. Nope. Hmm. means this isn't being executed here. So it is this if statement up here that is the problem. If origin stops, all right. Have I console.log origin stops? I have not. So I should probably console.log origin stops to see. Uh, yeah, should probably do that. Let's console.log origin stops. Yes. Yes. Grand Floridian to Magic Kingdom. GFF, GFB, GFM. Which is correct, 'cause I remember checking the list manually earlier. So that is what it should be, because GFF, Grand Floridian Ferry, GFB, Grand Floridian Bus, GFM, Grand Floridian Monorail. Obviously, the Magic Kingdom Gold Route Ferry will go to GFF. The Resort Line Monorail will go to GFM. So origin stops is correct. So what if we go back to routes? Yeah, it is GFF. Hmm. Confusing. Oh, wait. Aha. That should be a K, not a B. Yeah. And also, I'm gonna double check the. I need to double check the order of stops for this ferry. Quick little Patreon plug if you want to support what I'm doing. Videos, transit planner, transit maps, track diagrams, all of that. You can support me on Patreon. The track diagrams and transit maps are uploaded for free on Patreon, so you do not have to pay for access to those. So let's take a look at the Disney World transportation map. All right, the Gold Route ferry goes Grand Floridian, then Polynesian Village, then Magic Kingdom. So this also needs to be PVF, not yes. Okay, let's see what happens. Grand Floridian to Magic Kingdom. Still did not work. Why? Why we still no work? I guess I should add that typo to the patch notes. It's been edited in the patch notes that to show that I have indeed fixed it. Back to why this is not working. So we're still at the same issue of this if statement here is not being executed. So I guess in other words, the condition of this if statement is not satisfied. I don't understand why. And they have to just stop working on this one issue, go move on to something else, and talk this over with my professor. Uh, yeah, that and or come back at it tomorrow with a fresh set of eyes. Uh, think about this for a little bit more, and then we'll just call it a day for this issue. Move on to something else because there are some routes where it does work, so we can continue forward. Origin stops that includes routes and features. Console.log matches. Actually, yeah, let's check that. I think I pressed the wrong thing. Refresh. Refresh. Okay. I wonder if this is giving the wrong location. 3, 2. Let's see. 0, 1, 2, 3. That's correct. And then the order gets changed, so the two. That be correct? Yeah, because M comes before S. The Magic Kingdom ones would be first. The Magic Kingdom colors are. Ah, we have the wrong. We have the wrong index. We have the wrong index. That should be index 1. Let's check the monorail. 8 and 2. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's correct. That is correct. 2 is correct here. So maybe that's not the issue. Hmm. But let's humor it. Let's see. Mm, where is it? No. Matches. Here. No. Yes? I'm confused again. Yippee! Yeah, it is matches. Hmm. 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 I2 equals 0. I2 less than routes. Some feature. Right. I think I need to come back to this with a fresh set of eyes and also with the help of my professor. Yeah. Come back to that. Make a note that needs to be fixed in the patch notes. Then we shall come back to it later. Right. Next up, let's select an origin destination pair that does work. That being Disney Springs to Port Orleans French Quarter. Correct number of stops, correct number of stops. That's all the correct number of stops. Good. And since number of stops is there, Min-max time is there. Distance is there. All that's left that's not there is the instructions. Why? Instructio lowercase here. Is it lowercase or uppercase in here? That could be the issue. Ah, it's uppercase in the GeoJSON file. Whereas, so this needs to be a capital I. I said it needs to be a capital. There we go. Capital I. I had caps lock on. All right, let's try that again. Structio is not defined. 522. This doesn't need to be. This toString doesn't need to be here. Ah. Ah. Uh, 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 uh. This is where it needs to be capped. It's alphabetical. I should be able to find it easily. Disney Springs to Port Orleans French Quarter. There we go. Instructions are displaying. Good. Good. I'll add in rounding for the yes. Later I will go back in, add rounding for the miles and kilometers distances, and make it all look a little bit nicer. But as a proof of concept, it works. Yes. Do you want to test it with something where you have to stay on the test it with something where you have to stay on the vehicle for more than one stop? So let's select a new origin destination pair. Let's do Disney Springs Disney Springs to Port Orleans Riverside to the main area. Oh, this one's also broken. Found the correct routes. That's good, but it's another one that's broken. Okay, let's pick a different origin destination pair. Mm, oh, that one's broken. Dang it. Very annoying. Okay, what about Animal Kingdom to Nani Village? No, it's not the correct number of stops. That is not the correct number of stops. Why? It needs to be plus equals 1. Let's try that. Semicolons. Let's see if that works. Nope. Hmm. Let's try something else. Nope, that doesn't work. Why are all these broken? What about the friendship votes? Is that broken? Friendships broken. Let's do International Gateway to Hollywood Studios. Of course it's broken. All right, what about Hollywood Studios International Gateway? Also broken. Dang it. Mm, uh, okay, what about Citas to Animal Kingdom? Oh, mm, another one that has multiple stops. Right. Havanas to Animal Kingdom. Ha. Oh, now it's really broken. Uh, okay. Why did it just give me all the bus routes? What? Uh, okay. Interesting. Okay, I see what has caused this issue. Uh, yes. All right. I think I need to take a break from coding here. I'm just gonna make a note of this issue in the patch notes. I remember to go back to it and fix it. All right. Think with that, and we'll end it there. Uh, so yeah, maybe I'll do another live coding later. Maybe I won't. We'll see. But stay tuned for more with the Disney Transport Trip Planner coming soon, including a hopeful public beta release date of sometime between Wednesday, and Friday.